Welcome back to Reel Phonies, where we take a love for movies and television and combine it with very little knowledge about movies and television. I'm your host, Christian. Join me are my co-hosts, Joseph.
Yellow.
J. Hugh.
Cacao!
And Ian.
Hey, what's up, guys?
I made you follow Cacao.
That was, that mixed it up.
Here to talk about the 2020 Oscar nominations. We're going to make some predictions, go category by category, think who we want to win and who probably will win, because they're not the same thing.
Nope.
And maybe list some things that we feel like got snubbed.
Yeah, snub and surprise, too, at the end.
For sure.
So, Joseph, this is right up your alley because you're a pretentious asshole. So,
Correct.
Even though you made shit of us liking the Golden Globe nominations last week.
You know, the Golden Globes are trash and they don't mean anything. The Oscars are the Oscars. So I'm just going to skip both live action and animated short film and documentary feature and short subject because I haven't watched any of that shit.
It's kind of niche.
It is,
I think we say it either way.
I think niche is the way that the common people say it, and niche is when you want to sound smart.
Well, we're talking about the Oscars.
So niche.
For sure.
I'll stick with niche.
So I'm just going to start original screenplay, which I honestly was one of the ones I had the hardest time deciding between.
Oh, that one's easy.
It's got Knives Out, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite. I haven't seen 1917. I can't imagine the screenplay is the best part of it.
No, it's not, definitely. But that's Tarantino's to lose, I think.
I mean, but that's the thing. The screenplays for all the other ones are like Knives Out.
But doesn't he always win? Like, he loses director and best picture, but I thought he won 3 Oscars already for original screenplay.
Spoilers, but I think this is the year they switch it around. I think, because I don't, this is one of those where I'm just going where I think should win.
Yeah.
Knives Out should win. That's the best script.
The writing is crazy strong on all of these. For me, I want it to be Knives Out, but I feel like Parasite is just a little bit better.
I would say, yeah.
But again, besides 1917, any one of these could win and be like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Yep, I would agree. I think Once Upon a Time, or Knives Out, because I haven't seen Parasite, so I can't really speak on that. Is Marriage Story, is it the because it seems like there's a lot of actors nominated.
Yeah,
so is it more the performances or is it more the writing?
Noah Baumbach is famous for his dialogue, his writing, and having very realistic conversational dialogue, and that shows in A Marriage Story also.
Yeah,
but the performances are so great.
Also,
I just want Tarantino. I think it's his funniest movie, and I think I've been thinking about it a lot today because he came out. I think it's my favorite movie of the year. I mean, I love
that's fair.
That movie's so good. I want to go back to it.
The reason I think they switch it up this year is and these movies are always really visual, but this is the most visual movie he's done.
That's true.
It's also his La La Land.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's actually a great point.
That might be what he's going for because he knows that shit always plays.
That sells,
at the Oscar.
for sure.
That's the best. That's the
call.
That movie is going to win a lot. You're right because they love voting for themselves.
It's funny. On the way over here, I semi-hate the Oscars, and I was like, hey, there's not one of those Hollywood suck-up movies this year to just sweep everything.
But you actually liked it.
But I like it this time. That's why I didn't think of it.
Yeah.
It ain't no Hugo.
I want Knives Out to win because Rian Johnson made the best of the Star Wars sequel trilogy movies.
Holy shit.
That's exactly why I want him to not win. Fuck Rian Johnson.
I don't get to do that very often to Ian, so
that's a fully split decision, I think, on original screenplay.
Are we going to keep track of this then?
No, fuck it. We'll just move on.
The main ones, we're going to have an official winner or a predictor from the podcast on the main 6.
Yeah, the main 6. Actors, actresses,
and then
director and best picture. So next is adapted screenplay, which I don't have strong feelings about. I feel like, to me, I think this is where they give Little Women because they wouldn't give her director.
Yeah.
I
think Jojo Rabbit has a strong chance.
But that's the nominees.
Oh, sorry. The nominees
are
The Irishman.
The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah, Irishman, the painting houses.
Yeah.
And then
I Paint Houses.
Yeah, basically, these are books that movies are based on.
Paint Houses. The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, and The Two Popes.
How is the Joker an adapted screenplay?
That's an
original.
It's not based on any existing.
It's adapted from some Martin Scorsese movie.
It's adapted from Taxi Driver.
Take that one right out because it's not even if I'm thinking on that, it's not even really an adapted screenplay.
I'm with Joseph. I think Little Women wins this. I've
watched Little Women, unlike the rest of you, and I would agree.
What a good pause you had there for drama.
That's like you pulled out a steel chair and then sat it.
I apologize for calling you a pretentious asshole. Ian is the pretentious asshole at this table.
This week he is.
I think
Did you hear him say niche earlier?
Jojo Rabbit's too light. I think it'll go over their heads, so I don't think it'll win. So I think it's The Irishman, but then I think it's more about the performances, especially with two supporting actors. I don't know if it's the writing. I would say Little Women. I don't know the Two Popes, so I haven't seen the Two Popes.
I think Little Women gets it
on
because
that.
it's based on, a famous piece of literature.
Yeah.
It's good, too. It's so funny.
It's written well, and again, they vote after the nominations come out. So, they're going to realize, Greta Gerwig got fucked. So we'll play it off like, she was always going to win
They're
this
going to
one.
cover their ass.
100%,
Correct.
yeah, 100%. But we'll see. They've already voted though, so there's no change to it now. Like voting's closed.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but
We want to move on to visual effects.
Sure.
So visual effects is often the place where the Oscars, being the pretentious organization that they are, will give a little handout to the more popular movies. Superhero movies, Star Wars movies, Lord of the Rings, those kind of things tend to win in here just because. But here we got Avengers Endgame, The Irishman, The Lion King, 1917, and Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker.
It should be Avengers Endgame.
It should be Avengers Endgame. It will be Irish.
Fundamentally disagree.
no, I think Irishman's not even looks that good.
No,
at certain
Irishman
points.
looks like trash.
No,
Irishman
it does look like trash. I'm not saying it should win. I'm saying it will.
What do you
I
think
don't
should
know.
win?
I think Lion King and Irishman are out because they don't even look good.
I think Lion King absolutely should win because the fucking animal effects are goddamn incredible.
There's only 2 shots in Lion King that are actual footage. Like, everything else is a CGI
but
creation.
The reception of that movie was so like.
I understand.
but
I
it
understand.
still looks great.
It looks incredible.
I would say Avengers Endgame has a very good chance, or I would say 1917. Star Wars looks kind of rubber bandy CGI at certain points.
There's nothing special about it.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
But-
at least at Lion King, you can make an argument that they tried something that had never been done before.
But 1917 has these like 6-minute tracking shots in these trenches where there's like 100 extras because it's not about the 2 guys; it's about everything they're going through. And like the way, like it'd be practical effects. There's not a lot of like CGI stuff. You know what I mean? So I think 1917 has a very good chance. But Avengers Endgame, like that final battle is so fucking nuts. Just
And
give it to them.
And from an effects standpoint, it never looks wonky.
No,
That's
no,
true.
no, no,
There's so
yeah.
much
Flawless.
shit going on, and it never looks wonky.
Flawless. I would be totally cool with Endgame.
Unless we have separate opinions on sound mixing and sound editing, I'm just going to lump them together.
They're kind
Just
of
thank
the
God,
same thing.
Because they're
Thank
kind
God
of
no Bohemian Rhapsody this year.
Yeah.
So just lumping them together, we got Ford versus Ferrari, Joker, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, and Ad Astra. To me, because again, I don't know what the fucking difference is between sound mixing and sound editing, but I don't think Ford versus Ferrari works without all the sound effects that they use for the cars to make it just sound so goddamn cool. So that's my winner for both of them.
I would say Once Upon a Time. You're right. Ford vs Ferrari. The way they mix the engines and like the rooms and all that, and like the revving. But Once Upon a Time in Hollywood just like has the style. You know what I mean? That Hollywood style that it makes it just cuts into music at the right time. So I can think those two could win. But
That's
it's
fair.
more an abstract kind of feeling. You know?
I go with Ian on this one.
I'm going Ford versus Ferrari.
Love it.
Even split.
I know it. Among party lines.
That's a good insight.
Next, we got a production design, which is, I assume that it's literally just like the sets, like the physical sets. Which we got The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite.
I think this is Once Upon a Time.
I think this is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood also.
I think we might have unanimous on this.
Oh no, I'd say 1917.
Oh, really?
Just like them recreating some of these trenches, and like there's like this scene where they go into no man's land, like between the two trenches. It's fucking nuts, and it's like all real. That's the thing, and it's these like I don't know. It's like a dance routine they did. There's these like 6-minute takes where they have to step here, and a thing blows up, and then they got to get shot, and it's like they never cut away. So like I think it's going to be a lot of like I said, if they take it in a more practical direction, it's all practical. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, that's true for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as well. The reason why I would argue maybe against 1917 is a lot of it seems like, I mean, and I haven't seen the film, but I've watched like a lot of these tracking shots and stuff, or making of the tracking shots, and a lot of it's English countryside field. And like he took downtown LA and rebuilt it like it looked 50 years ago.
Right, and the
That's
reason,
a good point.
The reason I would or not argue against 1917, but argue for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is because once again, it's Hollywood shit for people who live in Hollywood who remember all this shit.
Yeah, correct.
And you're
They're
right.
gonna-
It's a bigger scale.
They're gonna
So
dig that shit.
I go Hollywood.
Yeah. So this is probably where we're gonna get to our first real snub. We're going to get to Best Original Song, which we got Can't Let You Throw Yourself Away from Toy Story 4. I'm Going to Love Me Again from Rocket Man. I'm Standing With You from Breakthrough. I don't even know what that movie is. Into the Unknown from Frozen 2. And Stand Up from Harriet.
What's the snub you have here?
The big one that the internet is pissed off about
Beyonce.
is Beyonce, which
For the Lion King.
Which, to be fair, from a like the Oscars perspective, nominating her means you get Beyonce at the Oscars. That's a good pull.
Yeah.
On the other hand, that song sucks.
Yeah, it's not good.
I saw a tweet where it's like, we could have had a live performance from Beyonce at the Oscars. Instead, we got another Toy Story 4 song sung by like who's
Randy Newman.
Yeah.
Is it Randy Newman?
Yeah, it's Randy Newman.
God damn it.
But it's a good song. It's Into the Unknown.
It's Into the Unknown,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
No, actually, it's not. It's Rocket Man's been winning all the awards.
Really?
Rocket Man's won like the Globe,
I
and
have
it's won
a
the
very
Critic Choice.
serious issue with them writing their own specific new Elton John song in a movie about old Elton John songs. That feels like a problem for me.
Well, I would agree. Frozen 2 is the song that I remember the most, but because I don't even remember this Rocket Man song. But I'm just saying, I think the history of the awards so far.
You know what? That's also true. The only song I remember from Rocket Man is "I'm Still Standing."
Yep.
So that brings us to Best Original Score, where we got The Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, and Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. I'm sure we could come up with some snubs for this one. I think the music in Knives Out is also really great. There are probably several others that we could mention, but give this shit to John Williams.
I think John Williams is on this list to give it to John Williams.
He's goddamn better.
But how many more years does that dude have?
I don't think he deserves it.
He's like 85. I think the Joker.
I think Joker is the best.
I
score of the
remember
year.
the music of that movie.
The thing is, I don't think it'll be. It's like when Pacino didn't deserve to win the Oscar for Sin of a Woman. That was a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah.
This would be a Lifetime Achievement.
He's
He's won a bunch of them, though,
Second
right?
nomination.
He's been nominated for like a bazillion.
But he's won some.
He's won several. But
Yeah. No. I think
I didn't know he had won.
Yeah.
I think he's been nominated like 50 times.
Yeah.
52 times.
Yeah.
He's the second most.
But I think this is the Joker's, man. That's the
Yeah.
one thing I remember about that movie is the
Agreed.
fucking music was on point.
The music is good. So that brings us to...
She also won at the Golden Globes, the woman who scored
really?
Joker. Yeah.
That brings us to makeup and hairstyling. We got Bombshell, Joker, Judy, which is the first time we've come up with that one. It's the Renee Zellweger one about Judy Garland. Maleficent, Mistress of Evil in 1917.
What a weird one to throw in there.
Maleficent?
Yeah.
I mean,
Strange.
I'm sure the makeup's fine.
I'm sure they did a good job, but I think there's probably better makeup. I wouldn't know, but
Are there any other good makeup things? The only one that I could think of that I haven't seen yet is I feel like that Midsummer one's got some weird-ass makeup and prosthetic
probably.
effects on it.
I think what they did to the Irishman could be not. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The way they aged Joe Pesci. At the end
I
of
think
that movie.
I think there definitely is a mixture
But
of makeup.
there's
and
wonky
CGI.
parts with Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
But I think Bombshell is the obvious winner. Megan Kelly, the way they transform Nicole,
Charlize Theron.
to Megan Kelly is incredible.
I think you're right. I also feel like this is also one that Joker could sneak away with.
yes.
agreed as well.
Yes.
Those would be the two that I would pick probably as a... Jay,
Yeah.
you got opinions?
Not on this, no.
Okay.
None of us have seen Bombshell, right?
All right, I haven't.
No.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to watch a movie about Fox News. That sounds
fair.
terrible.
so that brings us to Best International Film, which is going to be a bunch of movies that we haven't seen. We got Corpus Christi, Honeyland, Les Miserables, with different Les Miserables, Pain and Glory, and Parasite. It's going to be Parasite.
Yeah. It's going to be Parasite.
You didn't pick Les Mis as your favorite movie of anything last.
I didn't.
I think that's an oversight.
I mean, I love that movie, but I just think we were going over a whole decade.
Did we do musicals?
No.
We didn't.
Okay,
We should have.
Well, it should have been Les Mis.
Yeah, it should have been.
It still might have been Frozen. I don't know.
Yeah, this will absolutely be Parasite.
Yeah, 100%.
The only movie that would even contend is Pain and Glory, because apparently Antonio Banderas is phenomenal in it.
Okay.
Talk about a biggest surprise. That is a spoiler. That's my biggest surprise.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. So that brings us to film editing, where we got Ford versus Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, and Parasite. This is a tough one.
I wish I had seen Parasite, because that's the one that really makes this one difficult for me to pick one.
The editing is incredible. like the pace of that movie is super, super well done. For me, it's between Parasite and Ford versus Ferrari, but I'd give it to Parasite.
I'm going to go Parasite as well.
I would say Ford vs. Ferrari because I haven't seen Parasite.
Yeah.
And I think the way they cut into those cars and out, it does keep your interest, and usually that's kind of boring.
No, I mean, the racing in Ford versus Ferrari is fantastic.
That's good.
I don't think I've seen any of these.
What are you doing here?
I don't know.
What podcast are you
You've
on?
seen The Irishman.
Oh yeah, I've seen The Irishman.
How's the editing in The Irishman?
I'm going to give it to one of the other ones besides The Irishman.
Did someone edit The Irishman? I thought
I don't think so. Not a lot of cut.
I didn't think so.
The Irishman is fine, but I
like The Irishman.
like there was nothing clever or interesting about the way it was edited.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
So that brings us to costume design. We have The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
It's Little Women.
It probably is.
No, Once Upon a Time in
I could
Hollywood.
also
I'm
see
giving it to Once Upon a Time.
Margot Robbie as Sharon Tate, the way they recreated that and her go-go shoes and shit at that theater, yeah, she needs to be the winner.
I'm going off of the history of the Oscars here, and
No,
they
100%.
love some 19th century
love
costumes.
period stuff.
Absolutely do, but I'm tempted to go with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood also for the same reasons. Again, I feel like I haven't seen it, but just from what I've seen of it, Midsummer could probably be in this category.
The only one I can add is Jojo Rabbit. There's a scene where Sam Rockwell is like a homosexual Nazi, and he at the very end it's like all falling down. They're Berlin and U.S. is like taking him over, and he's like made it to like this gay version of the Nazi suit, and he's running around and like getting shot at, and it's fucking nuts, and it's awesome. So I could see Jojo Rabbit sneaking in.
Huh.
I mean,
Alfie Allen's his boyfriend.
At least in the commercials, I could see. I think there's a good argument for it.
That's Theon Greyjoy, right? I didn't just
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that Alfie Allen just knows where he belongs.
Just play into the Ramsay Snow thing.
Absolutely. Or, so that brings to cinematography. We got The Irishman, Joker, The Lighthouse, 1917, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
1917.
Yeah, this one. Once you guys see it, you'll agree.
Here's my thing, though, about that.
It is 1917.
It's kind of like painting something that someone else has already painted. Hasn't this bit already been done? Is it that innovative? I understand, like, the scale is bigger.
This is technically better than it's been done ever. Like, it's hard to tell where he cuts.
Yeah, I mean,
it literally looks like a 2-hour video game. It's a nuts movie.
Speaking of, we were in our news episode, we talked about Scott Derrickson. I heard Scott Derrickson talking about 1917, and he was like, from a director's standpoint, I literally could not tell you where the cuts are. Like, me as a person who knows the industry, I couldn't tell you where
That's
it is.
pretty incredible.
Yeah.
And you always got to count Tarantino in too.
For sure. Well, that's I think what it's between. But I think logically it would be 1917.
I will say the Lighthouse got a nom, and I trashed that movie as the worst ever, and Zach told us to reconsider.
Yep.
So he's probably right.
I think the cinematography in Joker is outstanding as well.
It does seem weird that Lighthouse didn't get more on this. So
Well, I want to get to those when we get to the main 6.
It's not a good movie.
And then I think the last one I have on here before we get to the big 6 is animated feature film.
With the biggest snub, I'd say.
We'll get to that. Where we have nominated How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World, which is How to Train Your Dragon 3, I Lost My Body, Claws, which
a Netflix
you
cartoon.
You mentioned, Christian, a couple weeks ago. Missing Link, which is the stop-motion looking one. I don't know if it actually is stop-motion or if it's just made to look like
we
that.
had it. It was like I thought it was about a abominable snowman.
Yeah, but he thinks it's stop motion is the form of filmmaking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't watch it.
And Toy Story 4. But for sure, the biggest oversight here, clearly, I think,
Frozen 2.
Frozen 2.
Yeah, that's the biggest snub of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Bigger than anyone.
I'm surprised the Netflix film made it on here over Frozen 2. Having said that, Klaus was a great movie.
That's funny.
No
that's what you
one,
told us.
no one watched Missing Link. There's
thing
no
is, though,
reason Missing
Missing
Link.
Link is going to win.
But that's why
It won Golden
you
Globe,
have
I think.
Oscars.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, no. How to Train Your Dragon 3?
That one, I never saw it, but that seems weird. But did any of you guys love Frozen 2? I never saw it, but I don't remember any of y'all really liking it that much.
No, but it looks great.
You were fine with it.
This has not been the best year. Last year was a great year for animation. This has been a fine year for
Toy Story
animation.
4 is the only one I think that's been great this year, and that should win.
I would put Frozen 2 over How to Train Your Dragon 3, and I like How to Train Your Dragon 3, but I just think Frozen 2 is a better film. I'm going Missing Link wins because of the Golden Globes. For some reason, there's something that, and it didn't have wide appeal, but people liked it. I mean, the people who saw it, which were critics and reviewers, and that's it. Academy voters.
Has any of the Toy Stories won Oscars?
Oh, I'm sure Toy Story 1, 2,
Toy
and
Story
3.
1 definitely did, yeah.
Okay. I'm going Toy Story 4. I think that sticks the landing the whole way through.
Wasn't Toy Story the reason they invented the animated
It
feature?
it was, yeah.
Okay.
So, Lifetime Achievement Award kind of thing.
Potentially, yeah. The only other ones I thought, might be considered snubs is the Weathering with You Japanese animated film I mentioned, and then there was a hugely popular Chinese animated film called Niza that came out this year that made $1 bazillion, but
In China?
mostly in China. but apparently didn't translate to the Oscars.
You know who doesn't vote on the Oscars? Chinese critics.
Probably true.
So that brings us to the main 6. Do we want to just go over some of our general takes on what's going on here? The whole movies that got snubbed, the white maleness that's going on, any of that?
It does seem like they okay, we did the woke thing last year. We're good. We're just going to go back to being us now, is what they seemed like.
Eddie Murphy had a really great joke about it when he was presenting at the Oscars, where he said every 20 years it comes up. Hey, he was like, it was like 1988, and he was like, I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying this, but the Oscars only care every 20 years about black people, so I'm okay. And that's definitely how it feels. After last year, they're like, okay, we'll just go back to white people. White dudes, specifically.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we should directly transition to director. Do we want to start director or do we want to start actors?
We could do, start with...
Let's go director. So
director. Yeah, no women. No women. Is the thing you're hearing. But like I said, I've seen Greta Gerwig's, would I be happy kicking Joker out for that? Yeah. Does Todd Phillips need an Oscar? No. They probably fucked up a little bit.
I would be happy kicking Joker out for anything.
Yeah.
I would be happy for kicking it out to let fucking white chicks get nominated in 2020. Fuck that horseshit. I want to right a wrong here, because in our Joker episode, I said better than Transformers, and I'm wrong. This shit sucks.
Did you rewatch it?
No, I've just been thinking about it a lot. And a lot of the things that people try to say that it's good, I've got bullshit to call on all of them. So this seems to be a good spot to do my first one. First of all, you should like it because it aligns up with your politics. It doesn't. It's the worst fucking aspects of Bernie Bros. The politics of this movie is, but her emails. That's the politics of this fucking movie. The politics of this movie is, if you don't get your way, just flip over the fucking board and riot. Fuck this movie.
Yeah, I'd agree.
More later.
It's for sure.
And also, we're talking about directing, so we should also talk about this point. At the time, I said, it looks okay. It's a good-looking movie. Todd Phillips brought nothing to the fucking table.
Correct.
He stood on the shoulders of fucking giants and said, I'm a giant, too.
Yeah.
Fuck this movie.
Yeah, it's not original. Greta Gerwig, I was just looking who else could go in. Joker should be out, Greta Gerwig should be in.
Yeah.
Little Women should be nominated.
I know this is not going to be popular with you, Ian. I don't think Martin Scorsese should be here for The Irishman.
He definitely should.
I definitely shouldn't.
No, he should. Definitely should.
I don't know.
I don't think he achieves anything in this film he hasn't already
What
achieved.
I will say, though, what I've been thinking about this a lot is because we feel so differently about The Irishman, because I love that movie. It's a top 5 movie for me for the year. You guys should have watched it in a theater. It's a different experience.
I definitely think it was
in Netflix where you can walk away at any time, where you didn't walk in with the commitment of sitting there with your phone. Because I'm telling you, it plays so much better in a theater.
Again, that's not my fault. That's Martin Scorsese's fault
100%.
for making a Netflix
But that's why
movie.
I feel like he does deserve to be in there, because I've seen it under those conditions.
So let's actually do the nominees before we get too far down the list. So the people who were actually nominated for directing are Martin Scorsese for The Irishman, Todd Phillips for Joker, Sam Mendes who did 1917?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sam Mendes for 1917, Quentin Tarantino for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Bong Joon-ho for Parasite.
I would take out Joker and Irishman and replace it with Little Women and Marriage Story. I think both of them are better directing performances.
I forgot about Noah Baumbach, but I also had James Mangold for Ford vs. Ferrari, or the Safdie brothers for Uncut Gems, which in general just was unloved.
Yeah, why did that one get so fucked?
I haven't seen it, so I don't know. I've heard mixed things though.
Yeah, it's a specific experience, but I think it's a more original experience than half the shit that's on here.
Yeah, well, that's kind of my issue with a lot of this stuff. I mean, I think things like 1917 and Parasite specifically are trying to do things, and we've talked about this before. The way I view the Oscars and the way the Oscars view themselves is totally different. I feel like we should be pursuing things that push the art forward. So we've said Mission Impossible. This is something that Christopher McQuarrie pushes the shit forward with the shit he does.
Yeah.
Half of these don't do anything.
I mean, that's true. If you achieve something new, it shouldn't matter the genre.
Correct.
Whether it's action, where it's comedy. If you're just spinning your wheels in a drama, who gives a shit?
Well, it's like you're talking about with Joker. Again, it's shit he's remaking movies in that movie.
Yeah.
How is that original?
He's doing he's doing an unoriginal homage.
He is the cinematic equivalent of a DJ.
Yeah, yeah. But I think with The Irishman, I do think he's taking an established idea he's done, and he's putting a bow on it and doing it from a different age perspective. You know what I mean? Kind of like an old man with regret looking back.
But is that a directing achievement?
No, I don't think it should win. Like,
There's
my
a whole
pick right
lot
now,
I love about that movie,
Yeah.
but I think that the CGI shit was a mistake.
It was.
They should have been different actors in different eras.
like whoever said Leo on this podcast should have been De Niro for the first hour.
Yeah.
That's right. That's the right decision.
That was me.
Yeah.
So who do we think is going to win?
So yeah, what are our picks? Because I'll go first. I said it's between Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I think, and 1917. I'm going to go Sam Mendes, 1917. I don't think he's won one before. I know I don't know if he won for American Beauty or not.
I don't think. Oh, he might have won for American Beauty.
Yeah.
It won
Yeah.
Best Picture for
no,
sure.
yeah, no.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
No, that thing
Yeah.
sweeped that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he won, but yeah, I think. But Tarantino could easily win. It's very tough. So that's my one.
Tarantino's never got directing before, right?
No,
This will be the one that gets it for him, I think.
I don't
Has
think
he
he
not
has.
won?
I don't think he's won it for
I
directing.
thought he won one last time.
You can check.
I could be wrong.
I said all of that shit to say I think Martin Scorsese wins for The Irishman because while I don't think it's good, from a directing standpoint, I think he's 78 years old. How many other times are they going to get the opportunity to give him
For
this?
sure. I think.
And they've got to make up for the fact that they didn't give him one. They should give him one, but they should print Goodfellas on the plaque.
Sure.
You know.
I think this is where Bong Joon-ho gets it for Parasite because I don't think he's going to get Best Picture for it. I think this is the consolation prize.
It definitely Best Director is the consolation for Best Picture.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he hasn't won one. You're right. So I think it's gonna be Tarantino then. Under that, because I don't know.
I think the Hollywood suck-up factor gives
Yes.
him an edge. You know.
But Sam Mendes is in there. But you think so? You're saying Parasite?
Yep.
And what are you saying?
I said The Irishman.
And you're saying what are you saying? Hurt?
Me and you both say a Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yep. That's got to be our predictor.
Fair enough. So we'll get into the actors now, which I think is probably the most contentious as far as snubs and surprises kind of thing. I'll start with actor in a supporting role. We got Tom Hanks for A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Anthony Hopkins in The Two Popes, Al Pacino in The Irishman, Joe Pesci in The Irishman, and Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
How the fuck is Tom Hanks on here when the movie's about him?
Yeah, I think the guy from The Americans is like a journalist. I mean, I think he could have been in either part, like Best Actor
Sure.
or Best Supporting Actor. I think it was like a strategic choice. Matthew Rise, who's in The Americans, is like a journalist, and
Right.
he's kind of like the co-star.
I think he's the point of view character.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised to see Brad Pitt in a supporting role here because I think it's equal. Could very much be co-leads.
Right,
for-
yeah.
But he's been the whole way this whole award season is
Okay,
supporting,
yeah.
and he's been winning.
Yeah, I think he wins here.
I mean, he's got my vote.
Yep.
It's my
Yeah.
favorite one on this list.
He's won the Globe. I think he won last night for a different one. So
Yeah.
I think he's like a slam dunk.
Critics' choice?
Yeah, he's kind of rehabilitated his kind of image post like Angelina Jolie divorce. I think this is kind of coming out
Post
part.
the potentially abusing his children.
And drinking,
Yeah.
he's gotten sober. So I think he's kind of got the gravy train. And you're right, the Hollywood suck up.
That being said, I wouldn't hate it if Pacino or Pesci got it. They were the best parts of that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm giving it to Pesci here, but
Pesci's great. That'd be
They
my
might
other
just
choice,
get
not
him to-
Pacino.
They might
Pesci.
just give it to Pesci to try to get him to come back.
Sure.
Yes.
You know.
I would
Yeah.
love it
If
Pesci.
Brad Pitt doesn't win, I want it to be Joe Pesci.
yeah.
he's my backup.
Anybody got any snubs for this one?
Nothing comes to mind.
I got one of the ones the internet liked is Jamie Foxx from Just Mercy, who's apparently great in that, but just came out like
Right.
10 days ago. And I had Chris Evans for Knives Out, who
Man, that's a good point.
I think I think he's great at that.
Well, I mean, because you go through a whole roller coaster
Yeah.
ride with
I
him.
mean,
You hate
it's-
him in the beginning, and you're like, oh no, he's the guy.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
know it's an ensemble cast and it's hard to pick, but I feel like he's pretty distinguishable from even the rest of the ensemble cast. But yeah, I think it's Joe Pesci. So we'll do actress in a supporting role. We got Kathy Bates from Richard Jewell.
And that's the internet's pissed. Effectively, she kicked out J-Lo for the nomination. Who people wanted J-Lo to get in for
Hustlers, which is apparently a good movie. It
Yeah.
did, nothing about that trailer gave me the impression.
People-
It was
Love
not
it,
an
though.
Oscar pitched as an Oscar movie
It
when
was-
it came out.
no.
I'll tell you that it was pitched as like a urban comedy kind of with Lizzo
yeah,
and like
yeah,
had a lot
yeah,
of
it's-
like had
it's-
Cardi B in it.
It's one of those two female comedies that comes out every year.
Yeah,
I mean,
But apparently it's good.
the trailer doesn't make it look any different than like a Boss, which looks fucking awful.
Exactly, agreed.
I don't think it is that good.
Have you seen it?
No, but
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I think it's much more of a drama than it was marketed as.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm more interested in it now just based on kind of the backlash because I don't think people would be fighting for it if it wasn't like, something.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kathy Bates and Richard Jewell, Laura Dern in Marriage Story, Scarlett Johansson from Jojo Rabbit, Florence Pugh from Little Women, and Margot Robbie in Bombshell.
I think we're all going to disagree on this one. I'm going Laura Dern in Marriage Story.
I'm also going Laura Dern in
She
Marriage
is
Story.
fucking incredible in
So
that movie.
why exactly is Kathy Bates being picked as the one who kicked out J-Lo?
She just hasn't like got nominated for any of these other ones until preceding it. It's like kind of her lone thing. I would, from what I'm hearing, Laura Dern's probably going to win. I haven't seen Marriage Story, so I did not feel genuine picking it. So I'm going ScarJo, Jojo Rabbit. That movie's fucking great, and it's on her back. Like she does like a scene where she's playing her husband and herself with her kid, and it involves face paint. It's really good. The movie's funny, so I think she could get it.
I mean, as the only person who's seen Little Women, I hear Florence Pugh is also fantastic.
Yep. She steals the movie because she plays a character that you're not supposed to like, and somehow she turns it around at the end. You realize like she did the hard thing and married this kind of asshole for money to keep her family secure, while the other ones kind of did the easy task and just followed their hearts.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's Amy. It's Joe, Beth, Meg is Emma Watson, and Amy is Florence
I'm so glad we got Ian to tell us what the name of the daughters from Little Women are.
Have you read Little Women?
No, but I know that.
Have
but
you
I'm
guys
just
seen
glad
any of it?
you.
I'm surprised you being you didn't like name off the Beatles.
Yeah. No, I'm just
that
glad
was
we.
very impressive.
I'm glad we got that moment.
Emma Watson is awful in it too.
Well, she's a terrible
yeah,
actress. so
she doesn't do good in it.
I have not watched any of these movies, so I just picked which one I felt like would be most Oscar jerk off. So I picked Margot Robbie.
Nice.
That's fair.
So Laura Dern's our official pick.
I think so.
I would recommend watching Marriage Story just to watch her slimy divorce attorney be my favorite character.
I guess she like I don't know.
She's the worst human.
but she isn't though. Like
Yeah.
she plays this line where she is both slimy and genuine.
Yeah.
At the
She's
same
so
time, she's
great.
really really great. The only other snub that's on here that I just reading other people's things is Aquafina from a movie called The Farewell, which apparently did not get any love in award
Yeah.
season at all. But apparently Aquafina
She won the Golden Globe.
Yeah,
Did
but
she?
that's
Yeah.
for lead actress, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, she won for
I
a
think
lead in a
she was going
comedy.
out for lead.
Pretend I put that in the lead actress category, which we're going to go on to now. Good transition. So, actress in a leading role, we got Cynthia Erivo
Yeah.
from Harriet.
Another movie which didn't get Oscar publicity at the time.
No, yeah,
but
It looked bad.
I heard it was bad.
I heard it was good, but ScarJo pulling double duty here in A Marriage Story.
Yep.
Isn't this like the second time this
second
has
time
happened?
it's happened.
Saoirse Ronan in Little Women, Charlize Theron in Bombshell, and Renee Zellweger in Judy.
Big snub here was Aquafina for The Farewell.
I hear that was great. It didn't get nominated for anything.
Her Comedy Central show looks really bad. Every time it comes on, Sarah like sits straight up and goes, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
She's in the new Jumanji, and she's not great.
She's going to be in the new Marvel movie.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, Shang-Chi. I'm going ScarJo here.
Yeah.
And that's also my pick, because I'm picking her to win both supporting and
I don't
lead
think
she'll win
in the
both.
same night.
I think of the things that I've seen, I think ScarJo probably deserves it, but I have an unreasonable crush on Saoirse Ronan, so I'm going to pick Saoirse Ronan.
You know, nothing blows up in any of these movies, so I haven't seen any of them either.
Well, there's a snub that I wanted to mention that for one that I think you have seen that I think deserves probably to be in the same conversation. Well, maybe fuck Renee Zellweger and Judy.
Well, she's the favorite.
Renee
That's who I
Zellweger.
picked,
Oh, she's
just 'cause
won-
again,
Oh, really?
It
Yeah,
seems like the most Oscar.
She won.
does.
Yeah, she's won a lot of awards coming up, and she's like the heavy.
That
favorite.
movie looks like trash.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. That's why I can't pick someone. Like I know who's going to win, but I can't
Yeah.
pick it. I haven't
I'm
seen
basing
it.
entirely off of trailers, which is that movie looks horrible.
Yeah.
What snub were you going to say, Joe?
I was going to say Ana de Armas from Knives Out, who I think is
Yeah.
Oh, that's
really
a
great
really good point.
in that
See,
movie.
that movie though is more about directing and
No, and
screenplay.
but
I don't think the
But
performance.
she being like
She's
an
a-
unknown in this,
Yeah.
she really carries
And
that
she's
movie.
she's the heart of the movie.
I mean, and like
She kind of has the
particularly-
same face the whole movie. She's like, she feels like she's poisoned someone, but she didn't. But then she did. But then she didn't. But then she did. I don't know.
I think it was a lot to ask of her to carry her weight with all these like fucking
Big personalities,
stars.
for sure.
And she did it, and I mean, she really had to play like the straight man to all those people, which is hard to do.
That's true.
And again, I think she does it in a way
Yeah.
that like is very like sympathetic. You're
Yeah.
really on her side the
Yeah.
whole time. I feel like, and so what do we establish?
Yeah, that's
We're
it.
saying
That's-
Marriage Story.
ScarJo.
Yeah.
So that brings
that's
us
fair.
Oh, what were you going to say?
No, I was like, that's a good one. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
She totally should have been in there.
We'll do actor in a leading role then for closing out the actors here. We got kind of a surprise thing for me anyway. Antonio Banderas in Pain and Glory.
I've never heard of that movie until today.
Me neither. Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Adam Driver in Marriage Story. Joaquin Phoenix in Joker. And Jonathan Pryce in The Two Popes.
I would put a snub on here is Taron Egerton in Rocket Man.
Yep, he won the Globe.
He's
didn't get
fucking fantastic.
I think he got fucked because of how much you guys hated
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
See,
I think
that's 100%.
Even though I didn't see it, I think this was probably more of a movie that you guys probably liked, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I would say I agree with you what you're saying, but it was an opportunity for them to fix it.
Right.
They chose him last year, and people were like, well, that's fucking ridiculous. And then you had a guy who actually came in and can compete for Best Actor in a music biopic, and you totally leave him out.
Yeah.
Does that movie have its problems? Like, I wouldn't nominate Dexter Fletcher for Best Director or nominate that movie for Best Picture, but he is fucking great in it.
Yeah. As for who's nominated, I think the clear choice
Is
is
Joaquin.
no, Leonardo DiCaprio.
I think Joaquin's winning.
I
this
think
one.
Joaquin wins it.
No.
Well, first of all, fuck them for nominating fucking Joaquin Phoenix. There is never a point in that movie where you're not aware
I
he's
completely
acting.
agree
No.
with you.
He's fucking Calculon in that movie. That's who he is. I said that just for you.
I
Joe.
appreciate that.
He should, at the end of every scene, he should turn around and hold up his hand and say, "Acting."
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's obviously going for Oscar bait. You hate that shit.
Okay, and
how
here-
can you
Yeah,
pick
but
it?
we're saying what we think is going
I
to
think
happen.
he's going to win.
No,
Okay,
Leo
here's-
sucking up to Hollywood is
Here's
what's going to win.
Here's also the thing, and I'm going to leave you a clear spot here, so you can edit out this part where I'm about to derail. So we didn't talk about this. We didn't talk about this in news, but I wanted to talk about it, which is Warner Brothers AI casting machine.
Yeah.
Where
Well, just decision making in general.
right. Like where they've decided we're so bad at this that we're going to build Skynet to do it for us. I have this nightmare scenario in mind, which is if he wins the Oscar for this role, which was nothing except wanting an Oscar. It was nothing except, I'm just going to do actory shit to be an actor. And, you know, like superhero movies don't ask a lot of actors. But, say Chris Evans is Captain America. That's not a role that asks a lot of an actor. But when I watch that,
He's
I was
fucking acting in
That's
those.
Captain America. I'm never taken out of it. There's no point where I'm watching this movie where I was like, oh, there's Joaquin Phoenix trying to get some fucking awards and accolades.
I completely agree with you.
Okay.
100%.
So when you plug all this into the Warner Brothers AI machine, and they start, okay, well, who are we going to cast as the next Joker for the sequel to the Batman? Because of course that's what they'll do for the next one to up the ante.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the criteria. It's like, well, we really succeeded when we casted a guy who really wanted an Oscar. Who does that make our next Joker? I know Joseph knows the answer to this.
Timothy Chalamet.
No, you're close. You're almost there. If Joaquin wins this, our nightmare scenario, our fucking end times, is Eddie Redmayne as the fucking...
You're goddamn right. Holy shit.
And I tell you something else. If you're someone who likes Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, you're going to hate that decision because Eddie Redmayne will only work with women who kind of look like Eddie Redmayne. It's in his contract.
What a
I'm sure.
goddamn beautiful tinfoil hat conspiracy you've just woven there. I'm on board. I'm on board with your nightmare.
So, fuck Joaquin Phoenix and have anybody win for him. My pick is anyone but him.
We got to go. You got to pick somebody.
Brad Pitt, of course. No, wait, no, we're on fucking.
Yeah, main one. Leonardo.
Leo.
Yeah, Leo. Fucking
Yep.
Leo. Mainly
Well, we're
for
split.
That's a split. So what are we going to do?
I would say this, though. In my opinion, the best actor on here, and again, I said it's my favorite fucking movie of the year, I'm going Adam Driver.
Adam Driver definitely deserves it.
He's so fucking great in that movie, but he's not going to win.
He's not going to win.
No,
it's
he's
gonna
got
be-
a lot of chance. He'll get one eventually.
It's going to be Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
hate.
We'll see.
With all the hate in my heart.
What's amazing to me, though, is comparing those two dudes, is Joaquin is everything that, like, the Oscars love about fucking movies, and Adam Driver is everything Joaquin is not.
Sure.
That's true. Adam Driver is the real deal.
Yeah. Joaquin tries to be, like, physical and shit like that in Joker, and it doesn't work at all. Adam Driver is maybe the best physical actor working.
I'm telling you right now, we almost had World War III last week, and my nightmare scenario is Joaquin Phoenix winning the fucking Oscar.
I'm glad this
That worries me more.
This is your Bohemian Rhapsody experience.
Yes, 100%. I'm so fucking enraged about
It's a lot of hate for someone on record as saying better than Transformers.
You know what? The thing is, it was at the time. It's the fucking everybody.
You were in a good mood.
Everybody's acceptable to this. Sometimes you just fall for the emperor's new clothes. Sometimes you see a naked guy and you think that's a nice outfit.
I've been there.
But the more I've thought about this, the more I just hate everything about it.
What did we say originally? You were better. I was worse.
I was the only
I know
one who
I was
said
worse.
better.
I think I was better.
And what were?
I have no idea.
You were definitely worse.
I trashed the shit out of it when we talked about it.
I stand by. It is a mechanically sound movie. It is in no way different to me from Ford versus Ferrari as kind of just your plug and play Oscar bait movie. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's going to be remembered, but it's the kind of shit that gets nominated for Oscars.
White Chicks is a mechanically sound.
I will also say that a lot of the way the Oscars work, as we talked about, is they try to balance that shit. They don't want to offend somebody, and Joker ain't winning directing or Best Picture. So what are they going to do?
We don't know that for sure, but
No, I feel pretty confident.
I would be angrier if Todd Phillips won.
Yeah. Because Todd Phillips definitely should not win.
Todd Phillips coming on record. Did you hear that a few weeks ago where he said, the success of this movie really doesn't have anything to do with Batman. You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Some snubs in actor in a leading role. Adam Sandler, probably notable one from
I
Uncut
think
Gems.
that's the biggest one.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy from Dolomite is
And
my
by
name.
the way, the movie we're going to get, because Adam Sandler did,
I know.
it'll be worse than Jack and Jill. He will
Absolutely.
act out. And oddly, I'm fine with that. I'll probably watch that.
Yeah. Brad Pitt, just because I felt like, I understand you said they were doing the awards thing like this, but I think equally as co-lead as Leo and equally as fun. Bale and Damon from Ford versus Ferrari. And as far as body of work awards, I was actually going to put either Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Evans in this category.
Yeah.
For putting in emotionally compelling performances in what is objectively ridiculous movies for 10 years.
Dude, the look on Chris Evans' face when he hears "on your left," the look right before
it's good.
and then right after, in the middle of this ridiculous popcorn movie, like every time gets me a little choked up.
Well,
and
I would say not only that is such a, it seems like anyway, such a challenge for him.
Right.
Like, that is who we've known Chris Evans to be on film.
Right.
Steve Rogers is so drastically different from that.
right. I mean, we're looking at Knives Out as a change of pace for him, but that's who he used to always be.
Yeah. My biggest is Antonio Banderas. I mean, that's the
dark horse for sure.
Well, that knocked out Robert De Niro, and that's I'd rather
Robert De Niro doesn't do shit
He's
in that
awful.
movie.
I
He's
love
the
Robert
worst
De Niro.
part of
you
the
guys
three
look.
of them.
We can, like I said, we feel very different about The Irishman. I think Robert De Niro is great in that movie.
I'm willing to admit that Joe Pesci and Al Pacino are good in that movie.
I don't even think Al Pacino's great.
I don't think
Joe
he's
Pesci's great.
Yeah.
But Robert De Niro is the worst of the three of them.
No, I love
Here's
that
the
movie.
thing. I think for the last 30 minutes, Robert De Niro probably earns it.
Yes.
But he like comes into a null space because of the first 30 minutes.
Well, it
So
hurt-
he kind of cancels himself out.
Like I said, it does hurt him trying to play like a 30-year-old dude when he's 60.
The
Like
other
that
two
hurt.
can play the younger versions of themselves. De Niro is a 75-year-old man the entire time.
And he's like supposed to be playing a kid in that first half. They call him
like
kid.
20s. Yeah, Lifetime Achievement Award though.
Well, it is to me. I don't
When
think-
does he won one?
I don't think it's fully a fault of his own. I think part of it is the written part. That his character is just not very interesting because it's not a real person. I mean, it's based on a real person's impression of themselves.
Yeah.
And I think that hurts it. But that said, I can't sanction the performance because it's not. It's either not a good part or he doesn't play it well.
I love Robert De Niro in that movie. And I
Has
think
he
he's
not
great.
won? He's won, right?
Oh, I'm sure he's won.
I'm sure he's won
Had
for
to-
something.
Yeah, he had to have won.
Anyway, are we good on actor?
Yeah, that was contentious.
Half Joaquin Phoenix.
So we're going
half Leo.
Wait, you want to go Adam Driver, get off Joaquin, and then we can make Leo
No,
our official?
no,
because
I don't think Leo's going to win.
Because I think Joaquin's going to win.
Yeah.
We're going Leo and Joaquin as a split. That's our only split. The rest we're pretty on board with.
So the last we have is Best Picture, and before we get into that, I wanted to get into some just like overall snubs of movies that were critically acclaimed and beloved that just did not get any love from the Oscars. which includes The Farewell, which we talked about, which is the Awkwafina movie. The movie
Is it Aquafina? I feel like we're just naming her as water.
Yeah.
No, that's actually how you say it.
Dolomite Is My Name, which we talked about, the Netflix movie with Eddie Murphy, kind of his comeback. Wesley Snipes, some other folks.
I still haven't watched it, and I feel bad because it looks awesome.
Is it a Netflix movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen it?
And Queen and Slim, which is it's got Daniel
Kaluuya.
Kaluuya. It's apparently really good.
The trailer did not do it
It
justice.
looks like
I agree.
Bonnie and Clyde kind of
Yeah.
thing.
I know of people who saw it and they thought it was terrible.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think
It looks
I don't
like
think it's Oscar.
some mid-'90s movie like Jason's Lyric or something.
The guy who I know saw it said it doesn't know what it wants to be, and it's edited very poorly. Like,
Gotcha.
there's some weird shit going on where you're going like back and forth between two scenes, and it's apparently pretty shocking, the things that like they compare it to. But
Interesting. Well, I will say I bring these up to bring up the point. The ones that I think are on this list that were pretty critically acclaimed and kind of ignored are ones that are primarily cast with people of color and either written or directed by people of color.
No, agreed.
Which is,
yeah.
Come on, Oscars.
Yeah, I mean, you know it's a stigma. You can fight it.
And I mean, like I feel equally as bad because instead of watching Dolomite Is My Name this week, I watched The Two Popes, which is
Yeah.
I'm part of
You're the
the problem.
problem.
Two Popes?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think also the thing where they really have to watch themselves on is because the backlash of this will make them nominate something terrible next year.
Yeah.
They'll be something like, well, this movie's shit, but we got to get something with some people of color in
It's
it.
already come. It's affirmative action in the Oscars. That's what this has become.
Well,
like Harriet,
but obviously
it's
there's
not.
not this
well,
year.
that's why Harriet's there. Cynthia Urso.
But she's
that's
great in
one.
She's great in everything she's been in.
That's true, too.
I just don't think this is a particularly strong year for diverse directors and actresses.
But you don't know, you haven't seen the movies.
Because look, you got me there.
All right. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that to our attention before we get into our last category, which is Best Picture, where they are allowed to nominate 10 movies, best 10 movies of a year, and somehow can't figure out 10 fucking movies that are good enough to
This is a great
qualify.
example, too. We talk about Dolomite Is My Name. That
Just
is
throw it in there.
fucking
Throw it fucking in there.
loved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never liked the more than 5 anyway. I think that's bullshit, like participation trophy bullshit.
It definitely makes it out to be an intentional decision. At least that's how it's.
It definitely.
It makes it seem like anybody who wasn't nominated, they specifically didn't nominate.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's fucked up.
Maybe they just do it to get publicity on social media, rile people up.
I mean,
people at least talk about it.
Successful. So for the Best Picture, we have Ford versus Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite. No new names here, things that we've been talking about in all the other lists.
I'm going 1917.
I mean, the biggest snub for me on this, though, is Knives Out. That was my favorite movie of the year. So
I'm going 1917. I think that, or it also could be Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
It depends on who wins directing. If
Yeah.
Sam Mendes wins directing, he's not going to win this. But I don't think he will win directing, and I do think this will win.
See, I think this could be The Irishman. I think this could be the body of work Oscar for Best Picture.
See, they gave that in Departed already.
But The Departed is great.
No, I like Irishman as much as The Departed.
That is
you fucking
that
idiot.
Hold on,
is a
Departed isn't
awful-
even remembered as
that
well.
is an
It's not a
awful-
Goodfellas or a Casino.
Because it's legitimately different.
It's good, but
I
Irishman's
think,
better.
I think Departed is better than Casino. It's not as good as
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas.
obviously.
Goodfellas,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
better than Casino.
Anyway.
That's the craziest thing that someone's ever said on this podcast.
I don't,
That seems impossible.
I don't even think it's the craziest thing I've said on this podcast.
Or this episode.
That's fair.
He just said shit that made me duck like 10 seconds ago. I want it to be, of these that are nominated, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think that has a good shot because of the Hollywood suck-up factor. But something Christian said earlier, Hollywood likes shit where people dress up like it's the fucking 1800s or whatever.
they do.
And I think this could be the one that just ends up winning and you going, really?
like
Little
a
Women.
Moonlight?
No, Little Women.
No, but like 2 years ago, what was the one where it came out of nowhere and
Yeah.
stole it from La La Land?
Oh, no, it was Moonlight.
Moonlight. Yeah.
I would-
Like,
But
like a
Moonlight's
left,
better than La La Land.
yeah. Like it's like a left field. I like both of those movies.
Yeah.
I would say that, on to your point, it's another way for them to deal with the shit of especially not nominating her.
Right.
If they give it to Little Women,
They give it to Little
I
Women.
think Little Women. I really want it to be Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but I think it'll be a little.
I don't think it's going to be. I don't. Even if it's not that, I don't think it's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I think if it pivoted to a random one, it would be like Marriage Story.
It could be.
Yeah, but I'm thinking 1917.
I think it's 1977.
Some snubs that I wanted to mention: Uncut Gems, which again I think is one of the more original movies, even if it's a hard movie to watch.
It looked weirdly edited. Like it looked like a gritty kind of like the filming was gritty.
They did. That's true, but they edited it the quietest bits of the movie into the trailer.
Okay.
The movie is so like
I saw like Kevin Garnett and Adam Sandler. I was like, what is this thing?
I'll be honest with you, Ian. When I watched this movie, I was like, this could have been Ian in an alternate reality. It was just pure chaos in this like skeezy life that I was like, if like every decision went wrong for you, this could have been your life.
I appreciate it. Now I need to
Working
watch
at the
it.
pawn shop.
Yeah. But Uncut Gems, again, Midsummer, which I know we don't like horror movies, but
That guy makes good movies.
he makes good movies. And again, I
Just
think
because you like it doesn't mean it's Oscar worthy. You know that, right?
I think
But I mean, I think a lot of people think that movie
Yeah.
is Oscar.
I think body of work. I think this is the time to give it to a Marvel movie. Avengers Endgame. It's the Return of the
Throw
King.
it in
Right.
there.
It's Return of the King, for
Right,
sure.
that's true. Right?
Yeah.
Return of the King wasn't for that movie; it was for all those movies.
Yeah, and that's
I
the
would
shit-
like that.
God, I hate that about Return of the King too, because it's the worst of the three in
It
my
is.
opinion. But
yeah.
but so Joseph, who do you think?
I want it to be Parasite because I think it is the best movie that I've seen this year. But I think it's going to be The Irishman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 1917 is
97 is our
1917
pick.
is our official
two
pick?
to 1 and 1. But yeah, I think it's going to be. So our official picks, just to put a little bow on it, is we're picking for director. We said on a Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, 2 of us did. Laura Dern is the supporting actress. ScarJo is the leading actress. Brad Pitt is the supporting actor. We're split on with Leo and Joaquin, and then best movie 1917.
I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not far
Pretty
off.
good consensus picks. That's fair enough. Is there anything else that we wanted to talk about for our Oscar episode before we close it out?
Do we think their picks this year were better or worse than Transformers?
The
Picks overall.
I like a lot of these movies, so I'm going to go better.
I'm going worse just because Joker's on it too fucking much.
Yeah.
Joker is on it a lot.
I like that Joker's your last Jedi.
We all have our thing at this point.
It's funny because I don't know, for some reason when I'm working at home by myself, I just sit around and stew about the fucking Joker. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's such a weird. Joseph and I have had this conversation a couple of times. I feel like overall, it's been a really strong year for movies.
Yep.
There have been a lot of really good ones. There hasn't been one that I'm just like clear cut, like, this is the best movie of the year. My top 2 films this year, only one of them is nominated on here, and that's Marriage Story. And so, like, that would be the one I'd want to see the win the most. I'm glad it's getting some love.
Yeah, it's hard for me because it's one of those things where I also agree. I think it's been a strong year for movies, but is it a strong year for the Oscars?
Right.
I don't know.
I don't think they made the best picks.
I don't feel like they ever learn from their mistakes, but I keep watching it.
Right.
Are we excited for No Host again? It worked better last year.
It did work better, yeah.
Yeah. Streamline it. Make it 2 hours.
Stop doing it on fucking Sunday.
Yeah.
I have to work.
If you want to do it on Sunday, start at like 4 p.m. Eastern.
Who gives a
They
shit?
don't have anything to do.
Exactly. This
Yes.
is their whole day anyway.
Streamline the whole thing.
Yeah, fuck it. But I think that's it for the Oscars 2020, which again I think it's the second weekend in February. I don't know. It's like
the ninth.
February 9th, I think.
Yeah, it's on the paper right in front of you.
So if you're listening to this and you haven't seen all the things on this list, or at least all the things that you want to see, you got a couple more weeks. So good luck. What have we been watching this past week, guys?
I can go first, I guess. I finished Clone Wars.
Cool.
That season 6 is better than I give it credit for.
I'm not to interrupt you.
Yeah, you're
but,
fine.
But it's like, it only seems bad because the end of season 5 is such a good ending.
Yeah.
But
Those 13 episodes are, they're all good.
Yeah.
And it's only like 3 or 4 different arcs, but they're
Yeah.
all interesting.
Yeah.
Even the Jar Jar Mace Windu arc is kind of fun.
I love that episode.
Yeah. I watched Rebels, and because I haven't had Critical Role, I watched 3 seasons of Rebels in a week.
Wow.
That's impressive.
You know what? It might be better than Clone Wars.
Wow.
Really?
I think Rebels is. I think what makes Rebels good is that you have to watch Clone Wars because it's all fucking payoff.
Right.
When Rex and Ahsoka all come back, that shit's just payoff from
Right.
Clone Wars. However, the streamlined story, and I think knowing the characters up front this time, because this is the second time I've watched it. I didn't have the difficulty of getting into it like I did the first time. Like, I was fine with Ezra and Kanan, and I enjoyed revisiting that world, so I really got into it. And it's probably the best thing Simon Kinberg has ever been a part of.
Well, I will say the second season of Rebels is maybe the best season of any of them.
Oh, it's good shit.
And my only real problem with Rebels is it just seems so many times we go to, they break in, they get away. They break in,
it is
they
a
get
lot of
away.
that. Yeah, for sure. I revisited some things I watched last year. Aladdin, which is okay. You know, I'm going to give it better than Transformers.
The live action one?
Yeah.
I like that one scene where he comes in as the king, Prince Ali.
Yeah, Prince Ali is great.
That's a fucking great scene.
Jafar is still terrible, but the rest of the movie's pretty fine. I rewatched Downton Abbey, the movie, and I came down the first time too hard on it, I think.
It's a great movie. All fan service.
It's all fan service.
Return of the Jedi.
I had just watched the show, and so I didn't feel the need. Yeah. But having like 6 months later to just for 2 hours revisit those characters, perfect.
I'd love to watch it again.
It's
a delightful show.
I watched anything
I'm sure
else.
it is.
I don't think so. I listened to a lot of Rush this weekend.
I'll bet you did. R.I.P.
That was sad news.
That was a tough one.
You know what is the saddest part about that, besides you've lost, like arguably the greatest drummer ever, is all three of those dudes were still buddies.
Yeah.
They still enjoyed each other's company and stuff like that. None of their peers are like that. Mm-hmm. Everybody who's alive from Led Zeppelin hates each other. Everybody from Black Sabbath hates each other. Everybody from Van Halen hates each other. Anybody, all those 70 Rock guys. I think it's really cool that those dudes still liked each other, still thought each other were funny, and that makes it extra sad that dude died.
That's it. That I'll remember anyway.
Fair enough. I only watched one thing this week besides more Schitt's Creek.
Two
which goes on
Popes.
forever. The Two Popes. What did that guy direct? It's a director who's done something else that I like. It's the same guy who directed City of God, which is what Slumdog Millionaire was blatantly ripped off of.
Yes.
And it's a weird movie.
Two Popes, that is.
Two Popes. So it's supposed to be a fictionalized set of conversations between Pope Benedict before he resigns and the future Pope Francis, who are kind of diametrically opposed on kind of theological things as far as the direction of the church. It's played. Benedict is played by
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins, and Jonathan Pryce plays Pope Francis.
He's cardinal at this point, right?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Bergoglio.
And what did you pronounce it?
Yeah, thank you. It's weird. The movie is not really well done. Just from a structural standpoint, like the cinematography is not great. The sets aren't great. I don't think the writing is particularly good. And I'm not sure, I do think I know what its message is, but it can't decide whether it wants to be really ham-fisted or really subtle about it. But the performances are really good. Like, Jonathan Pryce is really good, and he absolutely would be, best actor. I mean, he's the main guy. You spend more time with him. He absolutely would be the best actor and might get nominated, and did get nominated, obviously, for something. If he wasn't opposite Anthony Hopkins, who's fucking crushing it.
Yeah, they both got nominated.
Yeah, the material is subpar at best. And Anthony Hopkins is incredible. He's spellbinding in it. I fucking love it. I don't know if I recommend watching the movie because, again, it's not a great movie, but there's two really good performances in a really not great movie.
How did you watch it?
Netflix.
It's on Netflix, right? I don't think it came into theaters.
I might have gone. It had to go into some theaters to get nominated for something, but
it has to have a limited release.
Yeah.
I, gearing up for Picard, watched all 4 Next Generation feature films.
Well done.
So here's where I go with them. Generations, man, it's funny just looking back on this. It makes no effort to exist on its own as a movie. It just starts up as the next episode of the Next Generation. It doesn't really even try to get you to get to know these characters. But it's pretty fun. Really, only Data and Picard have a story in it. Everybody else is just kind of window dressing. The thing, I hadn't watched it in years and years. The thing I was most surprised about, Shatner's scenes with Patrick Stewart, Shatner's better in them.
Yeah.
He's the better of the two.
The scene in the cabin and stuff like that? Yeah.
He, I guess it's probably because Patrick Stewart was really trying to give it to you and make something happen, that he was going to, this was going to be his time, whereas Shatner knew it was his last ride, and he just, went with it. He was good. I do think that, it's very Shatner that his last line before he dies steals someone else's from the series catchphrase. His last words are, "Oh my." But also, I think it's funny that his last thing, he dies climbing a thing to push a button.
Yeah.
Like
It seems intentional.
Like, it seems like somebody said, okay, this is a movie. You can't just reverse the positronic flow of the tachyon field. You've got to climb a thing and push a button. That's how action in movies work. And that's how he died. But I give it better than Transformers. First Contact, the one that most people say is the best one, I think is better than Transformers. But, again, it makes no effort to catch you up on what's going on.
No, not at all.
It's a direct sequel to an episode of the show that it makes no effort to catch you up on. One complaint I have about it, this is very dorky. They should have made Lieutenant Hawk the new security chief. That way, when he died, it would have meant something. Because where he was just a guy sitting on the left of the screen, you're like, oh, well, that guy's going to die at some point. He's given just enough lines that we're supposed to care when he dies, but it won't. But if he was the new security chief, it would be like, oh, well, that's a position that matters in this hierarchy of this show, and it would have been surprising when he dies. Anyways, better than Transformers. Most surprising of rewatching these, I fucking loved Insurrection.
I knew as soon as you started this train, we were going to get the you loving Insurrection.
What? Do you disagree with that?
Yeah, it's trash.
You hate Insurrection?
Yes, it's terrible.
Okay, here's why I love Insurrection. Everybody gets a moment in it. It's not just Picard and Data, which is what the first two movies were. And it's a Star Trek-y story.
In First Contact, like, Geordi gets a lot to do. I'll give you, like, Worf and Troy and number one are all sidelined.
Really, Jonathan Frakes gets the most sidelined in these movies. And, I will say, man, does the plot not hold up to 2020.
Yeah.
Like, the plot in this is essentially an argument for the 1%. There's these 600 white people that we should not mildly inconvenience so the rest of us can live a better life. But I understand in this context of Star Trek why that works. I liked it. I thought everybody's performances were pretty good in this one, and it had a little more room to breathe in the others. Nemesis, is Nemesis, man. It's not very good. I like
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy is good, and I like the final battle's pretty good. It's too bad Data's Sacrifice wasn't in a better movie, because that shit's dope. But
Nemesis is my favorite of the.
Really?
Yeah, because I think it's the one that tries the most. And like you talked about, the first two, 100% you're dead on, are just longer episodes.
Right.
They don't even try to give you moments.
Right.
They don't try to introduce you to shit. I don't think you really need to watch Star Trek The Next Generation to appreciate Nemesis.
I can see that.
And I think Tom Hardy's pretty good. I think the concept of the Picard-Tom Hardy relationship is interesting. And I think the Data Sacrifice, man, plays hard.
The Data Sacrifice gets you emotionally.
It seems like all of that, Nemesis is going to be the most important one for this new TV show, though.
Right. No, it's directly coming out.
Yeah.
I think also I hate on it a little because, it was supposed to, if it was successful, it was supposed to spin into an everybody movie where they were going to do a movie with people from Deep Space Nine and Voyager.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen. Maybe I feel a little hard towards it.
And Romulans are such great bad
Romulans
guys.
are great. Right after complaining about those last ones for not trying to catch you up with stuff, I wish more stuff would have stacked in here. We should have got a mention of lore.
Yeah.
Somebody should have said, hey, maybe turning this guy in on a great idea because we've already done this once and it didn't work out. And I forget what her name is, but whatever.
I just got to that part too. That's funny.
Right.
Yeah.
I really feel like Tasha Yar's daughter should have shown up in this since it was a Romulan story. But anyways, overall, as a group, I'll give them better than Transformers. Also, I watched White Chicks, which I brought up a lot in this.
Which is apparently better than Joker.
It is. It's bad. I mean, Joker is worse than Transformers 5. It's not just worse than Transformers. But which one was Transformers 5? What was that one?
The Dark
called?
Knight.
Yeah, that one.
No, the last
I don't know. It's got
the one with
Mark
Anthony
Wahlberg in
Hopkins.
it.
But you know
it is the one with Anthony Hopkins. You're right.
White Chicks is a funny movie. It is hard to swallow the premise that they dress up as these pre-existing white girls.
Yeah, that wouldn't work today.
And nobody notices, oh, wow, our friends are a foot taller and have shoulders like linebackers. But other than It's a pretty funny movie.
If it came out today, that would be blackface, and it would not make it. It wouldn't get.
No, I think it's fine because they're dressed up as white people. Nobody dresses up as black.
I don't think that
so
joke would play. I would like to believe it would, but PC gone mad.
Well, I'm going white chicks better than Transformers.
I'd agree with that. Terry Crews.
Yep.
All right, I haven't been here in a while. I watched a couple things.
Better do it fast.
Little Women, better than Transformers. The cast is really good. Chris Cooper, Laura Dern, Meryl Streep, and then the main people. Saoirse Ronan is great as Joe. 1917 is really fucking good. It's World War I, and it's just these two guys, and they're just literally going through no man's land. It's trench warfare. It's the last year of World War I. And they're interacting with all these generals, which are famous British actors, and it just goes from, like, subdued conversation that's, like, good character work to crazy action to back. And it goes to, like, Colin Firth as a general, Mark Strong, Benedict Cumberbatch, Richard Madden. So it's like you see a lot of famous faces.
The who's who.
Yeah.
White British dudes.
Correct.
I watched Underwater, which
no.
with Kristen.
Yeah,
Kristen Stewart, which is like an Aliens knockoff Underwater. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Oh, good.
Yeah, like it's pretty awful.
Sounds fabulous.
I think Hurt would like it.
What do you think I would like?
Just because I feel like you have an affinity to aliens, maybe that I don't have. Aliens,
Right.
and it's literally like shot for shot. That's what they're trying to do.
Right.
I hate Kristen Stewart, and it's also got T.J. Miller as comic relief.
Why
and
did
they're
he get to come back?
It's so weird. They're like 5 miles underground in the water, and he's like cracking jokes about like balls and stuff.
Like there's a lot of people who there's just accusations of that they're not going to get to come back. But T.J. Miller called in a bomb threat. That's not like,
Worse than Transformers. I watched, because me and Susie are going to Universal next week. I watched Harry Potter 1 through 3. We're going to do Harry Potter World. The first two are not good.
I mean, they're for kids. Yeah. They're more kiddie than the other ones.
I definitely disagree with that.
They skate by on just like the literature, not like any movie technical. Like they look cheap. You know what I mean? They're good in that. It's
I think the first one went into production in 1990.
I was about to say,
but then the third one jumps up, and the third one's great.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And you see that big.
I mean, that's
jump.
Alfonso Cuarón.
Yeah, I don't know if the budget jumped from 1 to 2 to 3, but like that's just the production, the movie magic.
There was
I think
crazy
just the ability to make CGI jumped in that.
Yeah,
I actually like two is I think an underrated gem.
I agree with Joseph on this.
Yeah,
Look at this.
I think 2 is pretty good. I think one of the things too is the first 2 are directed by Christopher Columbus.
Yep.
And
not that one.
Not the famous one. But it's just such a change in direction. He tried to be very practical and make it for kids. And Alfonso Cuarón's like, we're gonna CGI the shit out of this motherfucker.
Well, and also Chris Columbus, not to defend that guy, but he was hamstring at that point. J.K. Rowling was like, no deviation whatsoever.
Well,
and then when Alfonso Cuarón came on, it's like, oh yeah, if you want to do something,
and as time goes on, she's an idiot. Like some of the things she says and does.
The books were short enough at that point to where you could. Like, starting in Prisoner of Azkaban, you can't fit all the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prisoner of Azkaban's great. So the first 2 are still good. They're just the third one seemed a lot.
I'm excited to hear the rest of your Harry Potter reviews.
Expensive, yeah. So we're gonna go through, and then the last thing I watched is today. I watched The Outsider. It's a Stephen King
HBO show.
It's a newer book he wrote, and it's an HBO show. It's like 6 episodes, and it kind of has a night of kind of vibe. Jason Bateman.
And
your man Ben Mendo.
And it's Cynthia Erivo in that as well.
There is a I don't know if that's her or not, but you probably
I know there is a lady in it.
It's totally got like True Detective season 1, the night of kind of creepy vibe. It's a small town murder, and now I'm through 2 episodes, and like you're starting to see like there's probably a supernatural element coming.
Oh, okay.
So like
I guess
it goes from like cop procedural, kind of like atmospheric, to like oh shit, there's like some like otherworldly shit. Mendo's great in it.
He's great in everything.
Yeah,
he's great as a supporting role.
And the last thing has been finishing up The Crown.
All right.
So season 3, it's God, that show's so good. That show should win every fucking award for TV.
She did win the Golden Globes.
Yeah, the guy who plays Charles in season 3, he has to go to Wales, and he's great. They bring Camilla in there. And then the Queen, Olivia Colman's great. She's a less likable Queen, because I think at this point the Queen's become the institution, whereas the first 2, she's kind of still a person. So you don't like her. She's kind of the villain. Or not even the villain, just like she's the crown.
Yeah.
And it's she's not as likable, but she's doing a great job. So highly recommend all of that.
Awesome. That it?
Yes.
And next week we'll do one of our topic episodes. Could be a director showdown, could be a best performance ever, could be some new vehicle that we haven't invented yet in our genius little brains. But join us next week for that. In the meantime, thank you guys for listening. Did we get any good, interesting feedback from people?
I got
feel like
some from Susie about. She said she emailed it to us about her decades list.
Yes. Oh shit. Good call.
Yeah, I have some of them.
You're so goddamn smart.
Best children. She said Paddington was one we should have maybe mentioned.
Yeah, everybody.
This is on the backs of our best of the decade.
Yeah, best
episode.
thing. It's 2 weeks ago.
I never saw it, but it's like the most well-reviewed movie on like.
Best animated. She said Tangled and Inside Out, which I haven't seen Tangled, Inside Out. I think we mentioned.
I said Inside Out.
That's probably the best one of the decade.
Tangled has this, for some reason, controversial opinion that it's better than Frozen, and it's bullshit.
That is bullshit.
Best romance, Crazy Rich Asians.
That's a great one.
About Time, and Water for Elephants. I know you guys don't. That's your.
It's a sad movie. I'm surprised she likes
We don't
that.
hate it.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, we said it's pretty good.
That's a calling card for Robert Pattinson. Best science fiction, The Martian, which I totally agree with. Martian's fucking dope.
Can't argue with that.
Mission Impossible, the last two is the best action movies. Best musical, which is one I feel like we should have talked about. Frozen and La La Land. I would say Les Mis.
Yeah, Les Mis.
Yeah.
Historical drama, she put On the Basis of Sex, which that was a Ruth Justice. Ruth, she's a justice.
Yep.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
You're close enough.
I would love it if her first name was Gator. That's great.
Her best of the decade was Hidden Figures, which I love, but I think it's an overlooked movie. I think it was came out kind of old person baity.
That's a Joker of that year.
Yeah. Best TV drama, Downton Abbey. Worst of the decade, the two most recent Pirates of the Caribbean, which I totally can get on board.
Yeah, I can get on board.
Those last two Pirates of the Caribbeans are fucking awful.
I don't even know which one's worse. They're both really atrocious.
I think the fourth one is worse.
There's 5?
Yeah.
The 5th one is the one where it's an older, Orlando Bloom's son is that one's
Yeah.
fucking awful.
No,
At least
I fucking hate
I think the one with Penelope Cruz is the worst.
Isn't it
one.
amazing
Yeah,
that-
Penelope-
I think it's Selma Hayek, isn't it?
No, it's Penelope Cruz.
I think it's Penelope.
I would get on board if it was Selma Hayek.
the one with Blackbeard in it
Yeah.
is fucking awful.
How do you
What a waste.
How do you
Yeah.
fuck up Ian McShane as Blackbeard?
I know.
That's what
that
makes
makes it the
terrible.
worst. You're right.
Did you guys, when you did the decade that I wasn't here for, did you guys do TV or just movies?
We did TV.
A little bit of TV.
We did TV show, drama, and comedy.
Only thing I wanted to say that I missed getting to say on that is that Twin Peaks was the best TV show of the decade.
Oh, interesting.
The new Twin Peaks.
The
Yeah, the
revival.
new one.
which I didn't watch.
We literally just spent the whole time. You haven't listened to it, right?
No, I haven't.
Oh, good. Yeah, we just talked about Mad Max the whole time.
Oh, good.
That's for you.
That's it, yeah. I think I was like,
that's all I really want. I really, literally, when I suggested that as an idea for a show, I just wanted to talk about Twin Peaks and Mad Max.
I know. I know that's what. But thank you, Susie, for sending those in.
Yep.
Did we do
listening.
Regina's last week? Regina sent hers in too, I think.
So we got one more best of the decade from loyal listener Regina. We'll get you next week.
And send us more.
Yeah, please send us more. So yeah, join us next week for one of our topic episodes. In the meantime, thank you guys for listening. Please rate and subscribe and tell your friends about the podcast. It's the best way to get us out there and get new listeners. If you want to tell us who you think is going to win the Oscars or who you think got snubbed and deserves better, you can reach us at reelphonies@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Reel Phonies and on Instagram at Reel_Phonies.
Send us your winners, your
Yeah,
predictions.
please send us your predictions.
See if we're wrong or right.
And thanks to Zach Evans for Brian Velasquez for our theme. We'll see you guys next week.
Later.